Hello students, my name is Arshan and today we will do 7th chapter of your mathematics textbook of NCERT and the name of the chapter is Congruence of Triangles. So now students on to another criteria that is ASA. So we have seen the talks of Appu and Tipu. Now can you people draw Appu's triangle if you know only one of its angle or if you know only two of its angles or two angles and any one side or two angles and the side included between them. So students, these questions are for you people to solve and try into your notebooks by making two triangles and checking out that whether they are congruent or not by virtue of same angle or two same angles or two same angles and any one side or two angles and the side included between them. So students, this is ASA congruence criteria, that is angle side angle congruence criteria. So ASA congruence criteria is a bit similar like SAS where two sides and one angle is required or SSS congruence criteria where all three sides are required. In ASA congruence criteria, two angles and one side are required to be equal for two triangles to be congruent. So this congruence criteria states that if under a correspondence two angles and the included side of a triangle are equal to two corresponding angles and the included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Let us strengthen this concept by doing these examples. So, the question is, by applying ASA congruence rule, it is to be established that triangle ABC is congruent with triangle QRP and it is given that BC is equals to RP. What additional information is needed to establish the congruence? The solution for this question is, for ASA congruence rule, we need the two angles between which the two sides BC and RP are included. So, the additional information is as follows, that is angle B is equals to angle R and angle C is equals to angle P. Hence, we can say that the triangles ABC is congruent to triangle QRP. Now, moving on to another question, that is, can we use ASA congruence rule and conclude that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD? Solution for this question is, in the two triangles AOC and BOD, angle C is equals to angle D, that is each 70 degrees. Also, angle AOC is equals to angle BOD, that is 30 degrees, which is vertically opposite angles. So, angle A of triangle AOC is equals to 180 degrees minus 70 plus 30 degrees, which is equals to 80 degree, which we have find out by using angle sum property of a triangle. Similarly, we can find out the angle B of triangle BOD, that is also 80 degrees. Thus, we have angle A is equals to angle B, AC is equals to BD and angle C is equals to angle D. Now, side AC is between angle A and angle C and side BD is between angle B and angle D. So, by ASA congruence rule, we can say that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. With this students, we are at the topic of congruence among right angled triangles. So, this brings us to this criteria, that is RHS congruence criteria or right hand side congruence criteria, which states that if under a correspondence the hypotenuse and one side of a right angled triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another right angled triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So, let us strengthen this concept with this example. Here we have been given measurements of some parts of two triangles. We have to examine whether the two triangles are congruent or not. Using RHS congruence rule, in case of congruent triangles, we have to write the result in symbolic form. So, the first question is, in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree, AC is equals to 8 centimeter and AB is equals to 3 centimeter. Whereas in triangle PQR, angle P is equals to 90 degree, PR is equals to 3 centimeter and QR is equals to 8 centimeter. So, the solution for this question can be as Angle B is equals to angle P, which is 90 degrees. Then the hypotenuse, that is AC, is equals to hypotenuse RQ, that is equals to 8 centimeter. And side AB is equals to side RP, which is equals to 3 centimeter. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle RPQ by RHS congruence rule. That is 90-degree angle and one hypotenuse is equal. So students, by RHS congruence rule, these two triangles are congruent. Now moving on to the second question, which is triangle ABC, angle A is equals to 90 degree, AC is equals to 5 centimeter and BC is equals to 9 centimeter. In triangle PQR, angle Q is equals to 90 degree, PR is equals to 8 centimeter and PQ is equals to 5 centimeter. So the solution for this one is the triangles are not congruent because angle A is equals to angle Q, which is 90 degree, and side AC is equals to side PQ, that is 5 centimeter. But hypotenuse BC is not equals to hypotenuse PR. That is a required condition for RHS congruent criteria. Hence the triangles are not congruent. Let us perform one more question to strengthen our concept, which is in the following figure. DA is perpendicular to AB, CB is perpendicular to AD and AC is equals to BD. We have to state the three pairs of equal parts in triangle ABC and triangle DAB, and which of the statements is meaningful. First one is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. Second is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD. So students, the solution for this question is the three pairs of equal parts are angle ABC is equals to angle BAD, which is equals to 90 degree. AC is equals to BD, that is been given to us, and AB is equals to BA, which is the common side. So from all these points we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD by right hand side congruence rule. So statement first is true and statement 2 is not meaningful in the sense that the correspondence among the vertices is not satisfied. So students, this brings us to the end of 7th chapter of your mathematics textbook. Till now we have learned a lot of interesting things and a lot about congruence of triangles. In this chapter we have learned about SSS congruence of two triangles, that is, under a given correspondence two triangles are congruent if the three sides of the one are equal to the three corresponding sides of the other. Also, we have learned SAS congruence of two triangles, that is, under a given correspondence two triangles are congruent if two sides and the angle included between them in one of the triangles are equal to the corresponding sides and the angle included between them of the other triangle. Then we have also learned about ASA congruence of two triangles, that is, under a given correspondence, two triangles are congruent if two angles and the side included between them in one of the triangles is equal to the corresponding angles and the side included between them of the other triangle. Then we learned about RHS congruence rule, that is right hand side congruence of two right angle triangles, which states that under a given correspondence two right angle triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and a leg of one of the triangles are equal to the hypotenuse and the corresponding leg of the other triangle. So students, one more thing, last but not the least, that there is no such thing as AAA or angle congruence of two triangles. Two triangles with equal corresponding angles need not be congruent. In such a correspondence, one of them can be an enlarged copy of the other, but they would be congruent only if they are exact copies of one another. So students, I am sure that you might have learned about the congruency conditions. Try to practice all these exercises and questions into your notebook. Also, if needed, take help of your teacher or your parents. So I will take your leave and we will meet next time with another chapter of your textbook. Till then, bye bye.